Sean P.Diddy Combs is no stranger to controversy, but his most recent allegations have caused a wave of disgust across Hollywood and beyond. Arrested on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy, Diddy is now facing a major reckoning. For years, he has been one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, influencing generations of artists and controlling vast networks of fame, money, and power. However, as more light is shed on Diddy's dark side, many are starting to revisit past relationships that now appear much more troubling in hindsight. One of the most alarming connections is his relationship with pop sensation Justin Bieber, who was just 15 years old when he became entangled in Diddy's orbit. At the time, it may have seemed like a mentor-protege dynamic, but now, with the knowledge of the darker side of Diddy's lifestyle, many are questioning whether Bieber, a teenage star thrust into the limelight, may have been exposed to something much more sinister. This story isn't just about two stars crossing paths. It's about the toxic environment that young artists often find themselves in when they enter the Hollywood and music industries. It's also about how power, manipulation, and fame can be wielded in ways that have lasting, damaging consequences for those who are most vulnerable. As we examine the relationship between Justin Bieber and P. Diddy, it's clear that there may be more to this story than meets the eye. So, stay tuned till the end, because this is going to be a ride filled with uncomfortable truths and unsettling revelations. The rise of a young star, Justin Bieber, enters the scene. Justin Bieber was discovered in 2008 when his YouTube videos showcasing his singing talent caught the attention of music executive Scooter Braun. Almost overnight, Bieber went from a small-town Canadian kid to a global pop phenomenon. His baby face, smooth voice, and charm made him a sensation among teenagers, and within months, he was performing to sold-out crowds and touring around the world. Bieber was living the dream of many aspiring musicians: stardom, wealth, and admiration. At the age of 15, Justin Bieber was already rubbing shoulders with some of the biggest names in the music industry. His rise to fame was meteoric, and his career quickly attracted the attention of major industry players. Among them was P. Diddy, a music mogul who had shaped the careers of countless artists, including the notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Usher. Diddy's interest in Bieber was no secret. He openly admired the young star's talent and saw in him the potential to dominate the music industry for years to come. But what seemed like a professional mentorship soon began to raise questions. What was Diddy, a man in his 40s, doing spending so much time with a teenage pop star? Diddy's unusual behavior. 48 hours with Justin Bieber. One of the most unsettling moments in the history of Diddy and Bieber's relationship came in the form of a now infamous video. In the footage, Diddy proudly claims that he has been given custody of Justin Bieber for 48 hours. This video has since resurfaced in the wake of the recent allegations against Diddy, and many are now viewing it through a much darker lens. In the clip, Diddy is seen talking about how he has been given guardianship of Bieber for 2 days, during which time they would go full buck wild and have the time of their lives. At first glance, this might seem like harmless fun, just two stars hanging out. But given Bieber's age at the time, he was only 15, many are now questioning the appropriateness of this situation. What exactly was going on during those 48 hours? Bieber, visibly young and impressionable, looks uncomfortable at times in the video, which only adds to the speculation. At one point, Diddy talks about going out and getting some girls with Bieber, a comment that has sparked outrage in recent years, as it suggests that Diddy may have been introducing a minor to adult activities that he had no business being involved in. The tone of the video is troubling, and many have pointed out that Diddy's behavior seems manipulative. Why did a grown man feel the need to exert such control over a teenager? And where were Bieber's guardians during this time? The shadow of Hollywood exploitation. The entertainment industry has long been criticized for exploiting young talent. Child stars are often thrust into the spotlight at a young age, leaving them vulnerable to predatory behavior by those in power. Bieber's early career was no exception. While he enjoyed immense success, there were always whispers about the darker side of Hollywood and the industry's habit of exploiting its youngest stars. For Justin Bieber, his proximity to Diddy may have exposed him to the underbelly of the music industry far earlier than he should have experienced it. While no direct allegations have been made linking Bieber to the worst aspects of Diddy's freak-off parties, the resurfaced footage and the growing list of accusations against Diddy have left many wondering if Bieber was a victim of something more sinister. As Diddy's legal troubles have mounted, Bieber has remained notably silent on the matter. Some sources close to the singer have suggested that he is struggling to come to terms with the allegations against someone he once viewed as a mentor. According to insiders, Bieber is shut down and unwilling to discuss the situation, which has left many to wonder if this is a sign of deeper trauma that he has yet to fully confront. Grooming allegations and the Hollywood power dynamic. One of the most troubling aspects of the relationship between Justin Bieber and P.Diddy is the potential for grooming. In recent years, Hollywood has been rocked by a series of grooming allegations, where powerful men in the industry take advantage of young, vulnerable talent by manipulating them into inappropriate or exploitative situations. The power dynamics at play in these situations are difficult to navigate, especially for someone as young and impressionable as Bieber was at the time. In the case of Justin Bieber, Diddy's influence over him may have been part of a larger pattern of control and manipulation that has since become a hallmark of the accusations against Diddy. In the lawsuit filed by Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former girlfriend, similar tactics of coercion, manipulation, and control were described, with Diddy allegedly using his power and wealth to keep those around him subservient to his desires. This pattern of behavior is not uncommon in Hollywood, where young stars are often exploited by those in power who use their influence to manipulate them into compromising situations. For Bieber, his relationship with Diddy may have been one of mentorship on the surface, but beneath that, there could have been something far darker at play. It's like a John Green book or movie, Fault in Our Stars, where Hazel's cancer was controlled by her mother, but she never could do anything for herself. It's like that with young stars who have to depend on these people for their future success and fame, and have no choice but to accept it, even if it is not good for them. A troubled friendship, Bieber's struggles with fame and trauma. While it is unclear whether Bieber was ever directly abused by Diddy, the nature of their relationship has raised many red flags. Bieber, like many child stars, has spoken openly about the difficulties he faced growing up in the spotlight. In several interviews, he has described feeling isolated, lonely, and overwhelmed by the pressures of fame at such a young age. In his song Lonely, Bieber gives listeners a glimpse into the emotional toll that fame took on him. "What if you had it all but nobody to call? Maybe then you'd know me, 'cause I've had everything but no one's listening and that's just lonely," he sings. The lyrics paint a picture of a young man who, despite his massive success, felt alone and unsupported. The relationship with Diddy may have exacerbated these feelings of isolation and exploitation. If Bieber was exposed to the darker side of Hollywood, something that many believe he was, it could explain some of the emotional and mental health struggles that he has dealt with in recent years. The fallout. Bieber's distance from Diddy. In the years following their time together, Bieber seemed to distance himself from Diddy. While they continued to interact in public and occasionally collaborated on projects, it became clear that Bieber was no longer as close to Diddy as he once was. Sources close to Bieber have suggested that he deliberately distanced himself from the music mogul, perhaps aware of the toxic environment that surrounded Diddy. As Diddy's legal troubles have come to light, Bieber's reaction has been one of shock and distress. According to reports, Bieber was deeply upset by Diddy's arrest and has struggled to process the news. Some believe that this reaction is tied to unresolved trauma from his time spent with Diddy, while others speculate that Bieber may simply be grappling with the fall of someone he once admired. In any case, Bieber's silence on the matter speaks volumes. It's clear that the pop star is unwilling, or perhaps unable, to confront the full extent of what may have happened during his time in Diddy's orbit. Whether or not he chooses to speak out remains to be seen, but for now, his withdrawal from the public eye suggests that he is processing the situation in his own way. The bigger picture: Hollywood's culture of abuse. The disturbing relationship between Justin Bieber and P. Diddy is not an isolated incident. It is part of a much larger problem in Hollywood, a culture of abuse, exploitation, and manipulation that has persisted for decades. The entertainment industry is built on power dynamics that allow those at the top to prey on the vulnerable, often with little to no consequences. Diddy's downfall is just the latest in a series of scandals that have rocked Hollywood in recent years. From Harvey Weinstein to Jeffrey Epstein, the industry is being forced to confront its darkest secrets. The Me Too movement, which began in 2017, has empowered countless survivors to come forward and share their stories of abuse and exploitation, and it has forced the industry to reckon with its systemic issues. The relationship between Bieber and Diddy, while not as explicitly predatory as some of the other allegations against Diddy, still raises important questions about how young talent is treated in Hollywood. Bieber, like so many other child stars, may have been groomed and manipulated by those who were supposed to be guiding and protecting him. If nothing else, this story serves as a reminder that fame and fortune often come at a high cost, especially for those who enter the industry at such a young age. It is a cautionary tale that sheds light on the toxic environment that pervades Hollywood. No matter how talented or successful an individual may be, they are still vulnerable to the pervasive culture of abuse that has been allowed to flourish for far too long, a troubling legacy. As the legal battles surrounding Diddy continue, it's clear that his once glittering legacy is now tarnished beyond repair. The allegations against him are serious, and if proven true, they will likely result in a long prison sentence. But beyond the legal consequences, Diddy's actions have left a trail of devastation in their wake, affecting not only his direct victims, but also those who were close to him, like Justin Bieber. For Bieber, the story of his relationship with Diddy is a cautionary tale. It highlights the dangers of being a young star in an industry that often prioritizes profit and power over the well-being of its artists. While Bieber has managed to rebuild his life and career in recent years, the scars of his early experiences in the industry remain. In the end, the disturbing relationship between Justin Bieber and P. Diddy is a reflection of the larger issues within Hollywood. It's a story of exploitation, power, and the ways in which the most vulnerable are often left to fend for themselves in an industry that rarely holds its most powerful figures accountable. As more details emerge, it's clear that the full truth about Diddy's actions and the impact they had on those around him has yet to be fully uncovered. But for now, the troubled friendship between Bieber and Diddy serves as a sobering reminder of just how damaging the pursuit of fame and fortune can be, especially for those who are still trying to find their place in the world. So let this be a lesson not only for celebrities, but also for all of us. True happiness cannot be found in fame or wealth, but in genuine connections and meaningful relationships with others. While it's no secret that fame and fortune can bring immense success and happiness, it's important to remember that this success often comes at a high cost. No matter how much material possessions one may have, it cannot replace the value of human connection and support. So what do you think about the relationship between Justin Bieber and P. Diddy? Do you believe it was a toxic and exploitative friendship or simply a troubled mentor-mentee dynamic? Well, please don't keep those thoughts to yourself. Share them in the comments below. And as we always say, if you find this video interesting, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.